Good morning and welcome to the Hive. I am Gina Bulow coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's class is April's scrapbook class, and we'll be featuring the Cheerful Daisies set. So let me make sure I am where I need to be, and if you're on, say hi, tell me where you're coming from, tell me what's new, what's happening. We have a lot going on here in the world, Stampin' Up! There's, today is my scrapbook class, so I thought I'd talk about the changes that are happening in our scrapbook world. As many of you know, our friends at Close to My Heart, they will be closing their doors, and Stampin' Up! Has given the opportunity for their makers to come and join us, and I can't imagine being put in that position and being told I couldn't do what I love, and so my heart goes out to all of them as they are navigating a new world, whether it's joining with us or joining with someone else to keep their passion alive. I'm saying a lot, sorry guys. So with that being said though, some of them are joining us, and the good news with all of that is we will have a bigger scrapbook community, and with a new community brings excitement of change, which means, new people coming in and bringing their talent and showing us what they can offer us. And sometimes with change is hard. I'll admit, I am the first person that sometimes doesn't adjust well to change. Technology would be one of those. As many of you know, I'm slow to change with that. Good morning, Melanie. You're watching while getting ready for a dentist appointment. Well, good luck at that, a dentist appointment. Dentist is not my favorite person to go see. So anyways, like I said, change is hard, and but change can be good too. Change can bring excitement, and though change can be hard, and sometimes we're like, oh, I don't know about this, and like I said, it can be very exciting too, because new things, new excitement, and we're gonna have new people maybe joining us and bringing in different type of creativity or showing us different ways of how to do things. So that is the exciting thing, but probably the most exciting thing is not only will our community grow, but so will our product line. Now, Stampin' Up! Posted a video for us demonstrators. Unfortunately, I can't find where I saw the video, so we're gonna kind of go over what is coming. Don't quote me on anything, and we don't have dates for everything. So this is moving forward. We may see some of this by the end of the year, but we are not sure as to dates and when these changes are coming. One of the things that we will see is they will be focusing on 12 by 12 scrapbooking. So I believe we'll be seeing albums, more 12 by 12 paper, which is very exciting. I hope, currently we know we can buy a pack of basic white and we can buy vanilla in our 12 by 12, and you can buy multiple sheets. Otherwise, our 12 by 12s are sold in packs. So you can get a neutrals pack, a brights pack, a subtles pack, and so on. And you get 2 sheets of each color, which is great if you're scrapbooking at home. You get a little bit of everything, but for kidding classes or holding events, it's kind of hard sometimes to plan for that. So I oftentimes try to use white by white, or white by white, white 12 by 12 for my scrapbook classes, but I do try to work from a single pack. So we have been working, I believe, since October with the neutrals pack, and you'll see that I use that for this month's layout. We brought in crumb cake. So if you don't have crumb cake at home, I'm going to show you today how to use it with the basic white cardstock. Let's see, what else do we have? So we have the 12 by 12 paper coming in. They did talk about flip flaps, which is a very popular thing, it sounds like, and close to my heart. And basically it is a flap where you can add more photos or maybe more journaling. They're kind of like little pockets and they stack on top of each other, and then you can flip the pages over, and so you can get more photos on a page. And Nancy, you're mentioning that your fear is the continued unavailability of stock. I'm sure that we will see a little bit of that as they are trying to rush this kind of process to get it out to us and to offer us product. I'm sure for a bit we will have that because it wasn't something that was planned for. You know, usually with our catalogs and things, they plan those way in advance, like a year to 2 years in advance, that those catalogs are done before we're ready for them. So this all came about, and so they are working on things, and as they work on things, they're bringing it to us. But like I said, we will not see any of that until later this year, and we could have a, a stock issue of availability to be getting the products, at least for a while. And I think part of that too will just be the excitement of all of that. Many of us who have been asking for 12 by 12 and more things for scrapbooking are going to be super excited, and we are going to want to be showing that off and playing with it and offering it to our customers. So there will be some of that, I'm sure. But we're just going to kind of have to try to work with it and do our best. Change, like I said, change is hard, and we're going to just kind of have to roll with it as it comes, and hopefully as we move along, it will get better. So that is good news there. And I think they had also talked about, they have 12 by 12 paper, and I forget what they called it. And it sounds like one side is one color and the other side is maybe a lighter version of that color, something like that. They are keeping the Stampin' Up! Core colors. We're not, it doesn't sound like we are changing that or adding to it or anything like that. I think they're going to work with our color line as far as that goes. And it looks like there will also be kits in our future, which is also very exciting, to be able to purchase a whole kit and make it your own. So that's kind of the things that we know right now. And like I said, we do not know dates of any things. Hopefully sooner rather than later. And like you said, Nancy, we could be looking at a shortage of products at least for a while, but hopefully they will be able to get on top of that and you know, get that product out to us as soon as possible. So we're crossing our fingers and hoping for the best, and I am very excited for this. I'm excited to see what our friends at Close to My Heart can bring us, and their creativity and different techniques and things that they use in their scrapbooking, and being able to feed off of them and their creativity. So it's all very exciting, scary, I'm sure for many of us as we're venturing into a new adventure, but so much fun. So that's kind of that as far as our scrapbooking world. Hello, Sarah. Good morning, all the way from Australia. I want to talk a little bit about what I have for upcoming classes. So I have a class this weekend on Sunday. I am changing the times of it to make things more convenient in my schedule. I have an in-color class coming up on Sunday. I am changing the time. The original time was 2 o'clock for my online portion. I am actually going to move that to 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time, just to make use of the day a little bit better for me. So those cards are here. We're bringing in the Magnolia Mood, right? Magnolia Mood bundle, and we're using all 5 of our in colors. Our in colors here, who's excited about these colors? I am super excited. This is my color palette, bright, bold colors. I'm having a really hard time with what's my favorite. At first I said Shy Shamrock, and now that I'm playing with them, I say Peach Pie because I love orange. But then I go, ooh, Summer Splash, and then ooh, Petunia Pop, and then Pretty in Pink. So I love them all. I love the boldness of them, so it's been really fun playing with them. So we have the Magnolia Mood. It's 5 cards for $25 and $6 for shipping. So we're pulling in the In Color DSP. We'll be using the blends. We'll be using the ribbon, the gems, all of that, and everything that you need will be included in the kits. Now, kits will be available until May 1st. So you have until May 1st to get your orders to me. The cost, like I said, is $25 plus $6 for shipping. So we have, oh, I forgot the name of this. Summer Splash, and I brought in Lemon Lolly to coordinate with it. We have our Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, and Peach Pie. So in your kits, you get all the pieces, die cut, scored for you. Everything's included. This piece here will actually be a 4.5 by, or 4.25 by 5.5 piece of white. And I will show you on Sunday how to stamp those images to get them all on there and cut them out. Now, if you do not have this stamp set, what else could you use at home? You could use any floral set. If any of you have the old set, it was Good Morning Magnolia. That would also work with this. So, like I said, you can use any floral set that you have at home to make this all work for you. So we have all 5 cards for that class, and that is this Sunday. Then the next day I have is Monday. Monday is Morning Create. So we have these 3 cards coming in. We use the hexagon punch here. Now, if you don't have this sentiment, that's okay. Put in any sentiment you want. These will all be punched out for you. And you can put any sentiment here. Included will be the cute little butterfly, and of course all your gems will be included. This we pulled in Color and Contour. I love this set. One of my favorite sets. So I'm sad to see that it will be retiring. And I just love the big bold daffodil and black and white together. I thought that was really fun. And what is this set called? I don't remember. Bright Skies, I believe. And we brought in that daisy paper and some flowers with cute, tiny little itty bitty bows on them. So this class is $17 plus $6. And like I said, everything comes with your kits. Your twine, your die cuts, all that's. What's not included is stamping. I can't do stamping for you. And this set too, I will show you how to mask this off, and you can use any floral stamp set of your choosing. Completely up to you. So these cards are always, you can take them, make them exactly as they are, or change them up and make them yours and use something else that you have in your stamp collection. So good morning, Connie. You're coming from Ohio and you're looking forward to 12 by 12 papers in one color. I am too. I hope they come back with big stacks. Now another class I have coming up, it will be on, let me check my calendar here. This is my technique class. This will be, I believe it's on Wednesday, May 8th. I don't have the cards completely done, but I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek. We are bringing in this new set from the annual catalog called Layers of Beauty. Now it comes with a set of stamps, a set of dies, and it also comes with the Layers of Beauty masks. So we'll be working with the masks, we'll be working with the dies, we'll be working with the stamps, and we'll be doing all sorts of different techniques with this set. So this is one of the cards we have, and this is using coloring with the mask. And you guys won't believe how easy it is to get all these beautiful colors just using a mask and a blending brush. Really simple. Okay, and this card is not done yet, but we're on the home stretch here, bringing in some Poppy Parade. So I'll finish this card, and then we'll have 2 more cards with it. So all of these kits will be available. The in color kits, the morning create kits, all of these will be available until May 1st. So if you want kits, please reach out to me. As always, this is where, let's see, here we go. I'm going to pull this up. This is where you can find me. You can find me on Glitter and Ink with Gina. That is my Facebook page. And my email is ginalbulo@gmail.com. And here is my phone number and the current host code for any orders. So the best place to reach me, Facebook or email, or you can send me a text, but you can also call me too. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions, you want kits. And like I said, I will keep this all open until May 1st for kits, and then I will get them all shipped out, including today's scrapbook page. Today's scrapbook page will also be available until May 1st, and then I will get kits all shipped out to everyone, okay? Does anyone have any questions? Oh, one more thing I need to talk about. It's National Scrapbook Day on May the 4th, be with you. So that Saturday, I'm going to be hosting an online event. The thing is, I will not be able to really prep for this until the day before. So we cannot order this product. The product that inspired me is called, I don't remember, and I don't have a catalog near me. But anyways, it's some DSP that is in the catalog, the new annual catalog, and we aren't able to order it until May 1st. So I'm going to next day ship it. And that DSP comes with like little dies and stuff in it. So part of that kit will be, you will get the DSP pack, and then that DSP pack comes with a few of those die cuts, plus any die cuts or cardstock or anything else that I add to it will be included. So we're going to make 2 scrapbook pages. We will be making some cards, and I probably are going to throw in a few 3D items as well. So this is going to appeal to everyone, not just us scrapbookers, but I want to be able to show you how versatile this pack of paper will be, and it's so pretty, and the colors in it. I'm just going to say there's a little bit of pumpkin pie, maybe peach pie. So that's a little sneak peek. So I will have that coming up. I don't have a price on that yet. I guess I have to think about that, but I will do that class live, and then, so that'll be on Saturday, May 4th, and then 2 weeks later, or I should say for up to 2 weeks, I will be accepting orders for those kits. So I'll leave that open for 2 weeks to order kits, and then I will kit up and get them shipped out to all of you. Okay, so any questions on that, please reach out to me. So I think that's kind of all of the updates that I have for all of you today. And, oh, there is one more thing coming up. If you thought about being a demonstrator, May is the time. May they will be offering, so our starter kit is, you pick $125 worth of product, you get it for $99. Well, they are also adding, and I just saw a peek of it, and so maybe I should just look it up real quick. They are offering the in color products to you for free when signing up during the month of May. So I just want to double check which products are included with that before. Like I said, this will be starting the month of May. So your starter kit will include all 5 in colors of ink pads. It will also include the in color 8.5 by 11 cardstock, designer series paper, and the Stampin' Right markers. So you will get all 4 of those products in the In Colors coming in May in a starter kit. So if anyone is interested, I am looking at growing my team. The other thing I also kind of just want to mention is, as I'm trying to grow my team and I'm trying to grow my business, I would really appreciate if you guys could like and share. Go to my Facebook page, follow me there, like and share things there. I would really appreciate that, because that's going to help me grow and it's going to help me be able to bring more to you. Okay, so I really appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you being here today. So Alicia, Jean, welcome. And now let's get started with today's scrapbook layouts. Okay, so we used Cheerful Daisy. So Cheerful Daisy, as this bundle here, comes with stamps, dies, and it also had coordinating DSP. Okay. So with this kit, you will need to provide your own 12 by 12 paper. So whether you want to use Crumb Cake, which is in the neutrals pack, or basic white. I'm going to do my layout slightly different today. I didn't have more 12 by 12 Crumb Cake cardstock, so I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to incorporate the stamps, so you'll be able to see the difference, and you get to choose how to make your kits at home. What I give you all the pieces, but truly I want you to take these kits and make them your own and put your own pictures in and change it up however you want, whatever works best for you. So here is our layout. The cost of this kit is $24 plus $6 for shipping. And like I said, I will take orders for this until May 1st and then get them shipped out. So we are going to start with our basic white cardstock. So we're bringing in our white 12 by 12 cardstock. And I also cut out 4 squares of the Cheerful Daisies DSP, and they're each 3 by 3, okay? So here's the other sides. You could use whichever sides you want. And we're going to take these and cut them in half diagonally. So you're going to bring in your trimmer. Make sure you guys can see these. And we're just going to cut them diagonally. So I'm just lining up the corners right here in the line. I love these colors together. I love the Cajun Craze, I think it's Copper Clay, with the Pop Peacock and White and Lemon Lolly. I know it kind of almost seems a little fallish, but I felt these were a little springy too. And I'm feeling like daisies lately. I've been creating with a lot of daisies, and I think I'm just in the spring mood and I'm ready for some flowers. So we're gonna take our triangles here, and you can place all 4 of the same on one page. I decided I wanted to do mine opposite. So I'm going to place them here like so. We have a piece of 8.5 by 8.5 cardstock in Pretty Peacock, and this is where you'll put your photos. Now I just did one large mat, and I'll show you guys in a bit how you can do your mat. There's several ways that you can do this. You can take this sheet, cut it up, and change it however you want, but I'll show you some of my ideas. Now you could take this DSP and you could put it flush in the corners, but I actually liked having a little bit of border on my outside edge. but completely up to you. So what's everyone up to today? I obviously have to finish some cards. Okay, so I have my four corners all down, and I'm going to adhere my paper. Now I'm going to leave my edges up a little bit in case I want to tuck anything. I don't like to always put my mats down or my solid pieces completely down when scrapbooking, just so I can take and tuck things, okay? So that is our basic layout. Now it's time to add our die cuts. And because we have white cardstock, our white flowers aren't going to show up as much. So I'm actually going to stamp our flowers in this. What I did here in this kit, and I'm not sure if you guys can tell that well on screen, is I actually took a sponge dauber with Lemon Lolly and I just colored the centers and I colored the edges of our little, I guess, lazy-eyed Susans here. And I also took, and I'll show you that in a little bit, our Cajun Craze marker, and I spritzed it just to give a little texture to our flowers. And we'll be doing a little bit of that today as well. Hello, Tina, welcome. Happy Wednesday is right. It's a beautiful sunny day here. It's a little bit cooler, but that's okay. It's actually pretty nice out. Our wind has died down. We've had a lot of wind lately, so it's nice to have the wind down a little bit. So I kind of decided this morning, so we're kind of going with the flow here, changing things up as we go. I have all of my die cut pieces, and I'm using Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock as my dies here. Let's see what I all have here. Okay. I think that's a good portion of, oh no, I don't have my leaves. Uh-oh. All right, we'll do the best we can here. All right, for this guy here, I cut this thing apart. It's very easy to cut apart. And I'm actually gonna wait. I'm gonna stamp this first. Before I cut it apart. Just be a bigger surface here. And we'll bring in this so we can see it a little bit better. So there's a solid image and there is an outline image. And I'm gonna work with the outline image. Ooh, it sticks pretty good to that mat. And I'm gonna bring in my Lemon Lolly. I don't know about you guys, but I really love this Lemon Lolly. It's such a pretty yellow. And it's so cheerful. See how well I can line all this up. My die is moving on me as I'm putting my stamp down. There we go. So I stamped it in yellow. And then I am going to stamp this large piece here in the solid image. So I get a little color variation. Now you could easily sponge your flowers too. I'm just showing you another option and another way to use your stamps and dies and a way to incorporate your stamps in your scrapbooking. Isn't that happy? That's like happy, cheerful. I love that. Okay, then we have, I believe this guy. That's the nice thing about this. It has a solid image and it also has an outline image. So you can have two completely different looks. So can you guys see what I'm doing here? There's that. I'm actually going to bring in this other stuff while I'm stamping. We'll get all of our stamping done all at once. And I'll leave some parts of this white. We're just winging it today, so bear with me. Have you guys been getting outside with our nicer weather? Cutting grass for the first time. I'm seeing that. I'm looking at my yard going, I think I might have to cut some grass soon. Got lots of pieces for this one. Okay. I'm actually going to grab a big shot quick. Do you guys actually ever have that problem? A store is called a certain thing or an item is called a certain thing and they change their name to it. We used to call our embossing machines the Big Shot, and now it's just an embossing machine, or the Big Boss we call it. And I still call it the Big Shot. It's just habit of things. So, oh yeah. So Mimi, you said, Chris and I have been trying to get you bullet points in DSP sampler, but my text won't go through to send you. I sent an email to you. Can you check to see if you have it? Okay, so this is for Chris. I will let her know and I will get back to you. Hi, Sandy. I do take check or cash, but I did set up a PayPal account. So I've not used it. I've never used PayPal before, but if that is something you're interested in, please let me know and we'll go from there. Like I said, all this technology stuff is still kind of new to me, so slow and steady. All right, let's start putting our page together a little bit. Oh, actually, I forgot the leaves, so we're gonna die cut some leaves out real quick. And we are gonna be using Lost Lagoon. And Pretty Peacock. Okay, so we're gonna bring our Big Shot in. Good thing our embossing machine. They can't change names on me. Old habits die hard. I wish they would have given us more leaf dies in this set. Sometimes it's nice to have double of something. So I'm gonna bring in our mini boss. Ooh, that probably sounded really loud on your side. God, sorry guys. Put our 1 plate in, our 3 plate, or number 2 plate. And I'm going to try to cut out 2 leaves at a time to make this go a little bit faster and not torture you guys so much while I'm doing all of this die cutting. But I feel like we need to have all these leaves, so, and it looks like it cut through. Look at that. Yay. Has anyone been creating anything, making any swaps, doing any scrapbooking? What have we been up to? What have we been creating? I'm trying to I'm getting there. I'm getting close to getting ahead of the game. I lost track with the move and stuff. That has kept me pretty busy. We had a lot of painting and cleaning to do in our new house, and I think we finally feel like we have everything done. We did a lot of unpacking of boxes the past 2 weekends. We actually had my oldest son, he turned 19, so we had a little family gathering. The Bertrams were over and my brother was over. So I feel like the house is pretty well together now. A few things to do yet, but we are a little more on track and can start focusing on the great outdoors now. I didn't know, but I had rhubarb growing at my house. My brother was out touring our land and he's like, hey, did you know you have rhubarb? I'm like, no. So that was kind of exciting. My husband loves rhubarb. And so does my son. Actually, Miss Janet, you know how great of a cook she is. She made a rhubarb dessert for us for the party this weekend, and it was delicious. And I still have a bunch of leftovers of it in the fridge. She left us the rest of it. So very exciting. I don't think I've ever used the little one. I guess but it's coming in pretty handy here. For little dies, this is great. Hello, Mary, you're coming in late, but that's okay. Mimi, you are working with a daisy set right now. And for some reason, oh, we got a kitty visitor this morning. I'm trying to think if it's retiring or not. Like you, I cannot keep up also as to what is retiring. I wish, as much as the, you know, the catalog is beautiful and all that, I do wish there was a little bit easier way or a list or something that we had of everything, whether it's online or not. Just to know for, you know, our inventory purposes and stuff, and better to help our customers with that. So if you remind me a little bit later, I will take a look. I have my catalog here, and I will take a look and see if it's actually, while we're thinking of it, I will just grab it. Okay, it is in the annual catalog. So, oh, thank you, Mary. It's in the catalog, but no bundle. No, they're probably pricing them separately. Oftentimes they do that. When it's a new item, they will offer it as a bundle at a 10% discount. And if it transfers over into another catalog, they'll take that away. So we won't have that, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to cut apart our flowers here. And it's super easy to do because it's just like there's little tiny lines that are attached. I hear a kitty. There we go. And any notches that are left, just go through and trim them off a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm also going to bring in my sponge daubers. And I'm going to bring in my pretty peacock. Oops, I didn't cut this leaf off. And like I said earlier, we're kind of just going with the flow today because I'm changing this up a little bit because I want more color because we're using that white cardstock. Make sure I've got the right one here. Looks like it. So I'm going to use my sponge dauber. I'm going to tap it off a little bit. And I'm just going to tap on the colored because it's just a little bit delicate with it being cut out in the middle. Now you could also use a sponge, or not a sponge. You could use a sponge if you have sponges, or you could also use the blending brushes, whichever is your preference. And that is what I did with, I don't know if you guys can tell, my center here. I just took my sponge dauber, just like I did here, and tapped it in the middle, okay? All right. Anyone have any questions so far about what we're doing? I know I'm kind of a little bit all over the place just because we're winging it today, but oh, I think I do want to, I see this little guy here. He needs a little stamped head, I believe. So we will bring in our copper clay, and they have these little inserts here. We're going to use just a little small one. Look at that. I love these. I'm excited to plant some of these this summer. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting down to business, guys. So we're going to bring this flower in. We stamped the outline. We're going to bring that in here. And I'm actually going to, I think, do my center yellow like I did I thought that would be enough color in the center, but I think I want more. So just bringing it in like so. I'm going to poke out a few of my, I'm leaving the centers in. You could poke them out if you wanted to, but I'm leaving in the centers because it gives a little bit of texture to your daisies. And that seated look that they have almost in the centers. So this guy will go here. And we're going to surround him with some leaves. I got a few more on here. And I'm going to take a few smaller dimensionals just to do on the leaves. So we're going to put that like so, and then we're just going to layer in the leaves. And I'm actually going to start with these guys. These were die cut out of Peacock and Lost Lagoon. I'm going to tuck them in. This is usually how I make floral arrangements and things like that for cards or my scrapbook pages or anything else that I'm doing, is I like to just tuck them in. And make sure when you put it on that it's tucked in there and on the page. I'm actually going to stamp our leaf too. I shouldn't say all of them. I'm just gonna stamp the Lost Lagoon ones. Give them some more texture. Now, in this original page, what I did is I just took the leaves and I sponged them. So this is actually Lost Lagoon, and I took Pretty Peacock and just went around the edges. But because we're doing it on white, I just want to add that little bit more dimension. So I'm going to bring these Lost Lagoon leaves in. And I probably should have just done all my stamping right away, but like I said, we're going with the flow today. So and I'm stamping in Lost Lagoon. And I have a nice re-inked pad, so they're showing up nice and dark. That's the great thing about photopolymer stamps, is you can have your image die cut and see where you are stamping. Okay. Oops. I almost sent my leaves all sailing away. Okay. So this one, remember, this was on our daisy. We're going to tuck that in there. Now you can use a glue dot. You could use liquid glue like I am, whichever you prefer. And then down here, we are going to bring in our daisies. And I think I'm going to stamp this daisy in the center with our copper clay. Changing as we go, guys. So we're going to take this, and we have a stem, and we also have, but I don't necessarily like that, but we could stamp the outline on it or sponge it a little bit. Maybe we will just leave them yellow. How's that sound? Yellow like so. We're going to bring in a stem for our longer one, and I'm just tucking him like that in there. And I don't know how many of you are following my Facebook page, but on my Facebook page, I posted I created a post, and I took you through a little bit of my scrapbook process. And when I start making a layout, I always just pull in white cardstock, and I always use computer paper. Oh, I have to use the little ones for this. And I cut up computer paper to just kind of make my design. So what you'll see in that post is how I started with just white. I believe I had the crumb cake in the very first photo, and I had white corners on each edge. And then I brought in a piece of white instead of the peacock. And like I said, I just use computer paper or scrap paper or whatever I have laying around. And I cut it up. And maneuver things around until I get what I think I like. I then start to cut out my die cuts. I actually take my dies at first and place them on the page just to kind of give me an idea of what I want. And then I start to die cut. And when I start to die cut, I start to just kind of throw pieces here and there all over my layout. I'm gonna put this one up just a little bit higher. I'm gonna cut the stem in half. Like I said, I just layer things all over until I get kind of the look that I'm going for with it. And then, you know, because you hate to cut up your DSP or your cardstock and go, oh, I don't want to use this. Especially our DSP, you know, you hate to cut it and go, oops, that's not what I wanted. And you hate to waste any DSP. So that's how I started. Is that I started out there and I start to pull in colors that I like. I usually know what set I want to use or play with. And I brought out DSP that I think I want to play with. So that's kind of how I start my process, and I go from there. I don't know if that helps any of you, but that is what I do. That's what I guess helps me. How do all of you like to start your, do you take a layout and you just go with it? What do you like to do? How do you, any of you have me, or have any tips or tricks that you like to use? Mary, I do not have you down for this class. Would you like me to put you down? Any tips or tricks? Because everybody has a different way that they like to approach things. And, you know, that's how we learn from each other, is how do you do this and how do you do that? I've learned a lot from Christine over the years. She's got a strong head for business. We all know that. She's good with, you know, making the most out of her product and how to get the most value for everyone. And she's really great with that. And she's a great teacher. So I've learned so much from her. And she would say for me, she's learned about color and color theory. And, you know, I taught her, well, this is warm and this is cool and this is why you want to maybe put these together or not together. And everybody has a different way of doing things, and that's okay. That's what's great about using creativity, is to make it yours. And so now I am just taking some of those leaves that I just stamped and I'm tucking them in here. And then we are going to bring in, we have the in color jute twine, I guess you want to call it. And I am using the copper clay. Mary, you like to pick out your photos. I definitely like to do that. I will say this is harder for me to do, is to create a layout without photos. But I did have some photos in mind. I just wasn't able to get them printed. Where it's actually from Christine's brother's wedding last weekend, last summer. My husband presided, and I had sunflowers were their colors and stuff, and the flowers that they used. And I actually had this color of a dress on, and the boys had navy on. So this was kind of, that's where I got my colors. I'm like, oh, and that's when I decided I was going to pull in the daisies for that. So like I said, it's just, it's fun, and everybody's process is different, but I definitely like to create with photos. I feel like the photos inspire us to tell the story. And as you're putting your pictures down and you're adding the elements, your story unfolds. And that is what I love about scrapbooking, is the story that it tells. And that's what I fell in love with, is creating a story for my children and to pass down to them. Now, will I say that I've stayed caught up on things and I have all these scrapbooks ready for them? Absolutely not. I had hoped to, especially as my first son graduated, and oh gosh, I was like, I'm going to get all this scrapbooking done. He's going to have a whole album to share. And I really only had some pages done. I've not actually completed a whole album for my kids. I've scrapbooked, vacations along the way and things like that. But my daughter is graduating in a couple years, so I hope to have more done for her, but we shall see. So now I'm taking my twine and I'm breaking it apart. So all I do to do that, you can use your fingers and kind of pull it apart, but I find sometimes it's easier to start with your take your pick tool, and I stick it between the layers and I just pull it apart. And I love to do this with twine, especially because I feel like it gives it a, I don't know, a little bit more rustic look, a little more weathered look. I guess I sometimes don't like my bows perfect, and I don't mind if they're just a little bit different, and this gives some nice texture. So I've pulled quite a bit of it apart already, so now I just kind of will twist and pull, and sometimes it'll get stuck or knotted, so you just have to be careful. But once you get one full thread out, it's usually pretty easy to get the rest out. So in your kit, you'll get a 12-inch piece of this to tear apart and play with. So we got 3 pieces here. You could probably get maybe 4. So, and I have a complete mess here. We have all the little fibers here. So I will just shake that off a little bit, and I'm gonna bring our bow maker in and create a bow. Now, if you don't have a bow maker, these come in really handy. And all you do is put it over your 2 nails, crisscross, and I'm going to make a double bow. So I'm going to cross this over twice, crisscross them, and bring, this is sliding all over this glass plate. Bring it up, over and around, and then tie them together, and that's it. Okay, And then we're gonna just tuck him in right here. And use a glue dot. Mary, you appreciate the way I design pages. Thank you very much. Sometimes I'm a little all over the place, like today, I'm a little all over the place, but that's kind of the fun of it, is I'm doing it a little bit different, in a different way for you guys to see how else you can do this. If you're making this at home and you want to create this look, but maybe you don't have the stamps, so then you have the dies, or you have this set and you're like, well, how else can I add some colors? So you're finding here that we're adding, it's the same page here with a little bit different look, and we needed that pop of color on the white. So which design are you guys liking better? Are you favoring one over the other? Do you like the crumb cake better? Do you like the white? What do you guys kind of like? And the one thing that I forgot to do that I had done, so we're gonna just do it on our page anyways, is I take my marker and use it as like a spritzer. And all I do, and I just wanted to bring in this rustic kind of copper, and I'm just taking it in my cap and I'm flicking the edge. And I don't care that it's going on our white cardstock at all. So just like that. And I don't know, you can see a little bit right in through here. So it just adds that little bit of color on our pages. So we have page 1 done. Now, this is what I had done when I made this, is I usually, sometimes I'll cut a mask out for you guys for your card, or a mat for your cards. This time I wanted you to be able to use this piece however you wanted to use. So this is what I did, is I brought in, we're gonna put a 4x6 photo here, and you would tuck that under your daisies, of course. And I brought in a 4x4 mat here. Okay, so now you could do another 4x4. So you could have 2 4x4s and a 4x6. And then I think I had a smaller piece in here, and I don't remember what size. This might be like an 1.5 inches or 2 inches by 4. And this could be another photo. It could be some journaling. It can be whatever you want it to be. You could take this 4x4 out, and you could bring in another 4x6 and bring in, or you could put DSP here. If you have this DSP, these pieces right here could be a DSP, and then you'd have 2 photos here. You could turn, depending what you need for photos, how if your photos are vertical or horizontal, you could switch your pages up like this. It is completely up to you. Remember, these are your layouts. I'm here to give you the ideas, the inspiration. But as far as things go, it's up to you to create your kit, how you would like to create it. So I just left that in open slate for you guys to do what you want. And like I said, I think I've got some 3x4 pieces here too. You could do 2 3x4 pictures too. So you can do whatever you want. Take the pictures that you have, trim off the excess that you don't need. Remember, what is your focal point in a photo? And what do you want the focus to be? And cut off what you don't need. I know sometimes it's scary to cut off a photo, but so many times we don't need all the different backgrounds in our photos. Sometimes it just takes away from the actual photo. Okay, so on to page number 2. Okay, so we're going to bring in our white again. And and bring in our corners. Now I'm making my corners opposite what they are on the other page. So when you put them side by side, they're opposite. So I have a flower on one side and I have a solid image on the other side, okay? And like I said before, you can put these all the way to the edge if you want, but I did like having a slight border to mine. Mary, you're taking snapshots. I love it. Okay, and so the other one was an 8¼ by 8¼ was your pretty peacock, and this one is 8¼ by 6. It should be 6¼ and I think I cut it wrong. Yep, it should have been 6¼ but that's okay. So that you could get 2 4 by 6 photos on this. So it would have been 2 4 by 6s like this, or like this, or like I said, you could do 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, whatever you want to do. But that was kind of my plan in this, was to lay them out like this. And I'm actually going to lay this out opposite what I did. And remember too, on the bottoms of these, or on the bottom of this one, you could easily add a title to any of your pages. You could add a title here, you could add a title down the side, the bottom, however you want to do this. Remember, it's your page. All right. So we're gonna bring it in. I think I'm gonna do it like this, because then I feel like I have too much blank space here. So we're gonna bring this in, center it the best you can. And we're gonna bring in our flowers. So our flowers, there are these little white cutouts that actually go over the top of the solid images. And I'm going to, I could do that. I suppose I could do this. I like this. All right, we'll do this. That's how I work, guys. And I am going to actually not place them exactly the same, so that I have the yellow petals coming through on the bottom. And do I have some good light here? And then some of the white, so you get a little bit of contrast in there. And then we have these guys. Oh, I like that. So this is a white one over the top of the yellow one. And I colored the center a little bit. And okay. So we need to stamp this center a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to take my yellow. I love this yellow. If you guys didn't know, I've been using it a lot. So I love Lemon Lolly. It is such a happy, cheerful color. There we go. So we're going to add these on. Like so. And of course, what I forgot to do on the last page is we got to add some Wink of Stella. And I believe these have been on back order for a while. And I believe last I heard, I have not checked, that they possibly be available in May. So I'm very excited that they will be back. And where's our big flower? All right. There he is. Okay, so now that we've added our Wink of Stella on here, we can start putting this guy together. Actually, I'm gonna put these a little bit closer together because we'll be tucking leaves underneath it. So I just kind of centered this above here. And I'm going to start adding some of our leaves. Oh, I forgot one thing. This is what happens sometimes. Okay, we're going to take our tear tape and put it on the back. And then I like to use my scissors. You could use take your pick tool, might work better. Unless you push it right back down. And we're going to take that twine that we had, and we're just going to kind of wrap it up and put it behind our flower. Like that. And like that. Okay, now we can center it. Okay, bring in your leaves, or I shouldn't say these are leaves, they're kind of more like branches, I guess. And I'm putting the peacock branches more out this way. And then I will bring in our Lost Lagoon. So let's grab our other flowers. I can't pick it up. Place them in there like so. Okay, now we're just going to be tucking in leaves. So we're going to bring all of our leaves over here. I guess you would call these maybe branches. And I'll bring them over here. And I'm just tucking things in. Actually, I've got all these fuzzies here. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And do I want another flower here? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I could put another flower up here. Maybe it needs more leaves. I feel like it's just a little bit blank. There we go. I feel better with that. Okay. Final couple things we're gonna do. We're gonna take our marker again and do a little bit of flicking. Okay. We need a little more Wink of Stella. Make sure that those are pushed down good. I should have done our Wink of Stella beforehand. But you can always add this. It gives such a beautiful touch to your cards, to your scrapbook pages. Okay, and like I said before, this was my thoughts here with this page, was that you were going to have 2 4x6 photos here, and like I said, I should have been 8 1/4 by 6 1/4, but your kits will be cut correctly, I promise. So that's how that would look, and this would be a great space to put a title. If you wanted to also, you could take what we did up here, flip it around, and do it on the bottom. Like I said, add journaling, add just a few more flowers down here, maybe in a corner. Completely up to you. This is a great thing that these are your layouts. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in today's layout. Oh, you know what? We forgot one thing here. Hold on one second. Oops. We've got some gems here. These are the adhesive back gems that come in lemon lolly, I think balmy blue, and I'm not sure. I believe this might be copper clay. I can't get my page open here. Okay. So we're going to bring these in. I'm going to use a large one for the center here. Then I'll bring in some of our yellows. Just to give it that little bit more color. And I love to use my scissors to pick up gems. It makes it so much easier. Okay, so here is today's layout. And this is in white. And then this is in crumb cake. So you have 2 options you can do. If you have white, use the white. If you have crumb cake, use the crumb cake, or any other color of your choice. So those are our 2 scrapbook pages for today. Like I said, these are going to be available till May 1st. So I have these kits that will be available till May 1st. Once May 1st hits, I will get them all cut up and we'll get them all shipped out. Remember to watch my video at the beginning of the page. I showed you a lot of what is coming up in the next like 3 weeks or so, about mid-May, I think till the 8th of May or something. And don't forget, National Scrapbook Day is Saturday. May the 4th be with you, and I will be doing a special thing with that using a DSP from the new catalog that has some, I don't know if you want to call them die cuts or ephemeras, a couple sheets of those in that pack. And we're going to do 2 scrapbook layouts, some cards, and possibly some 3D projects. So I have all of that coming up in the next few weeks. Also a few card classes. So I've got lots coming up and more to come after that. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. Facebook, email, call me. Whatever questions you may have, please reach out at any time. I am happy to help you where I can. That's what I am here for. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like my page, Glitter and Ink with Gina. Share my things. Every time you share, that helps me out as I'm trying to grow. So I just want to say I appreciate all of you, and I will see you guys Sunday morning at 9 a.m.